when they go out, ain't none of them worried about it until it comes right about time for them to go back. Then they lose their weight, come in with their little weight loss, but then as soon as the season starts back up, it's eating whatever they can eat.
I'm going to give it to about week 8, week 9.
Oh, at least you gave it 4 more weeks.
Yeah, I gave it 4 more weeks. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that he can find a BOGO deal on Five Guys somewhere.
What I think happened last year with Lacy is when he got hurt. That's what happened because he wasn't able to do anything. Yeah. And there's some people that are just big.
Well, I mean,
Lacy's big.
I mean, this is how bad it was for him last year. I mean, his rushing attempts went down year by year. He started off his rookie year with 284 rushing yards, and then last year, like you said, because he got hurt, at 187. His longest rushing play was 29 yards.
Damn.
His rookie season, his longest rushing play was 85 yards.
Damn.
So I'm kind of like, what happened to this guy?
when you get hurt, that's what happened. You balloon.
I'm telling you so. But you're giving it to about, okay, I understand. You said so week 5.
Because I'm thinking he just hurt.
I mean, this dude was a trending Twitter topic, and everybody was just going in on him. But I'm not going to feel bad for a football player. So, you're making plenty of money. So, hey, eat what you want, man. If you see some P-Up chains and want to go to town on it, bro, then by all means, man, go at it, man, because you know what?
Of all places to pick, you pick P-Up chains.
Hey, here's a recommendation, Lacy. Get the house special fried rice from P-Up Chains. Take it from me. I used to order all the time in Boston. Tore it up.
And a Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah, he's got to compensate, right?
Diet Coke.
All right.
As a server, but that's what kills me. Big people come in, eat these big, gigantic meals, and drink a Diet Coke. You just ate 4 yeast rolls, a 16-ounce steak, a sweet potato, and cinnamon apples, but you think that Diet Coke is going to help you.
I guess it's a mind over matter thing, huh?
There ain't no coming back from that.
No sign, no points of return.
Their matter definitely is over their mind.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Steak sound good right now. All right,
don't it?
Hey, Lacy.
Now I had to bring it up.
I'm telling you, hey, Lacy, and
when
talking
we going?
About food, we need to go soon.
All right, let's get off. Go.
All right. All right,
we'll go tomorrow.
We'll figure. We got to do something.
We'll go tomorrow night.
I'm down with that. All right. Well, Jordy Nelson is on the physically unable to perform list because he tweaked his knee working out.
Not good.
Staying in his Twitter account. It's not an ACL injury, so no one needs to freak out. And then Tyrann Mathieu, also the Honey Badger, was also on the list for the Cardinals and said he'll be off that list shortly, and he's got work to do. Kevin, I want to ask you personally because we talked about injuries at the top of the show here. How do you monitor little injuries like these if you're a coaching and training staff?
The bad part is they're not little injuries because they're happening with people coming off of big injuries. So every single little thing that happens to somebody that had an ACL tear, every little single thing they do is monitor. And if something comes up like that where you nix it or something like that, it's not good. Not even a little nick. It's not good, and people are going to freak out because you just had an ACL tear. Even if it ain't even the same knee, people are going to freak out because they don't know. So they got to stay on it and stay on, especially with guys. Jordy Nelson, you've seen how integral he was to Green Bay's offense last year. We all thought Randall Cobb was going to take off because of Jordy Nelson. Well, Jordy Nelson made Randall Cobb better. Yeah. And without Jordy Nelson, you've seen Randall Cobb didn't hardly do anything last year. And Tyrann Mathieu, we already know how valuable he is to the Cardinals secondary. They can't lose him, and so they got to watch, and they got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, man, Honey Badgers. He was a Pro Bowler for the first time. Had all team honors. Like I said, he tore his ACL last December. This guy had 80 tackles and 5 interceptions. And like Kevin said, he's a very integral part to their pass defense. So with that, it is scary with these injuries, man. At this one time, because you just want to get the DCAM healthy. You want to walk through, but you want to make sure these guys are picking up the plays and how you want things run as a coaching staff. But with this sport, the physicality, what goes into it, it does scare you a little bit about that. And especially like you mentioned about Jordy Nelson just coming off a major injury. Same as Honey Badger. It is scary with that. So
Dante Fowler.
Yeah.
He's coming off a big one.
Would you say he looks great right now? And so that's why I said I know Steve when he has mentioned that we knocked on wood.
Yeah, you got Dante coming off a big one. Just here you got Sinderic Marks coming back off a torn pectoral muscle.
Yeah.
So we got guys that are coming back that are needed to be Kelvin Beachum, supposed to be our new left tackle, coming off of ACO. So they're really going to monitor and watch these things. And you got to when they're coming off of that, especially integral parts of the team.
Gotcha. All right, well, we're going to go into, I want you to answer this question here. This one's interesting. I'm going to set it up for you. Adam Gase is setting off his first training camp as a new Dolphins head coach. Was the previous offensive coordinator for
hired
years. One with the Bears and two with the Broncos. Jared Goff is preparing for his first training camp as the quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams. That just sounds weird to say now. Even though I know that was there before, but I just used to saying St. Louis so long. And he must prove he can step up and start in week 1. I think I know you're going to go over this question, but I want to see what you say. More pressure, first-year head coach or first-year quarterback?
Adam Gase has a lot of pressure just because of where he's at. You're in Miami, the place that mediocrity runs wild. So he's under a lot of pressure to take them to give him that next step. Because why they hired him is to come in and make Ryan Tannehill better. He's got a hell of a lot of pressure to make Ryan Tannehill better. Because no one knows if Ryan Tannehill has worked that big, gigantic contract that they gave him, or is he even as good as they think he is? Which I still don't think Ryan Tannehill is as good as they think he is. But my pressure for this scenario is the first-year head coach. But if you go to different scenarios at places where first-year head coaches are, then you can look at the first-year quarterbacks. You either get thrown into the fire, and the pressure really ain't on you as a first-year quarterback, especially if you were drafted number 1 because your team really isn't that good. So the first year, I still think it goes to the coach because the coach has got a lot more pressure. People will work more with a quarterback that was drafted 1 or 2 than they will with a coach that was just hired.
Yeah,
there's a longer shelf life for the quarterback than there is for that coach.
Now I hear you in that situation, but this one where it's a new city, it's where he's trying to put a stamp on, and the experts projected Goff being like a top 10 pick, not even number 1 pick. They're both got a lot of pressure, like you said, because Miami's got that that field where it's been a dumpster fire the last few years.
Well, Miami thinks they're good, and they think they're only steps away from making the playoffs and being that way. And their key thing is they got to get their quarterback better. This guy's got all the pressure in the world on him to make their quarterback better.
Yeah.
That's what his goal has got to be. He's an offensive guru. That's the thing that his goal has got to be, and the pressure on him is lifted. Jared Goff's got a lot of pressure. But right away, it's not going to be a lot of pressure because you're going to have some love time, if you want to call it that way, between L.A. and the franchise. They're not going to want to – they don't think they're going to come out and win right away.
So you think this is a honeymoon period pretty much?
Exactly. This is where they can get used to having Jared Goff. He's a hometown boy. They're going to be like, hey. So they're going to give him that little period of time, like we did. We gave Blake that little period of time, the little honeymoon time. Honeymoon's over for Blake. After last year, you ain't got no honeymoon no more. We full newlyweds now. There ain't no honeymoon. We married. So we want to reap the benefits now.
Yeah.
But right now they in that little period where they gonna get used to it. And then you gotta wait, and then that pressure will start to build on it.
Yeah. All right. Teams on the rise. Give us a few teams that you are eyeing during training camp and everything like that, and I'll let you go ahead and go off.
Let's see, teams on the rise. Oakland. Oakland's definitely one. Oakland's getting a lot of play. I'm still sketchy on some of their defense, but Oakland's definitely one of the ones that are on the rise. One that's always in the playoffs, but I think they always could jump that little more. Kansas City. I always think Kansas City can do a little more than what they do. They're on the rise. They're on the rise for me.
Yep.
Kind of, sort of. But you know what the next one I'm going to say.
Go for it.
Jacksonville. If they don't be on the rise now, they're never going to get on the rise. You've completely revamped everything. You've got everything lined up. You had arguably the best draft in the history of the franchise with what you were able to do. Now's the time. You gave the guy plenty of ammo. You gave him plenty of ammo to put in his gun. Now it's time for him to aim it straight and fire the shots. Gus needs to fire the shots and get this thing going in the right direction.
I'm with you on Oakland. Didn't they drop a running back this year?
Oakland? I think so.
I believe they did to go with that. I'm going to have to look that up. But I agree with Oakland. I'm looking at Tampa Bay too.
Tampa Bay too, yeah.
Tampa Bay is one. Yeah. And I agree with you, Jax. There, y'all made a lot of good moves as far as the draft. Both of y'all players coming in healthy. You guys see you got a fantastic young quarterback. So does the Bucks, and so does the Raiders.
And there's the key to all three of those teams.
They got three young studs that they can really build around. So I want to say Oakland did drop a running back, but as I look that up, but I really think those are the teams on the rise that I'm gonna keep an eye on.
Put first round pick, just with one.
So now I propose a question for you while I look this up. Players that you want to keep an eye on.
Just in the NFL in general.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. One, I want to see what Von Miller does with this big, gigantic contract. That's my main thing. I want to see if Von Miller comes out and has that season just like he did. Is that the guy they picked up? Oh, they went and got Darren Sproles.
Yeah, they got Darren Sproles and number 42 pick. This is not okay.
Carl Joseph.
Yep. So
that was the second round pick.
The second round pick.
So yeah, they did pick a running back.
So you said Von Miller.
But definitely Von Miller. I want to see how he does with his, now that he's got his contract. Now I don't want to see him get fat and happy. We saw a guy last year get his contract and get fat and happy, and what did he do last year? In Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything. He's one guy I definitely want to watch. I definitely want to see. Another guy coming off of suspension, Josh Gordon. After week 4, I definitely want to see what Josh Gordon does. He's a big one to me because I've always liked Josh Gordon's game. Great, even when he had shitty people throwing him the ball, which you'll still have because he's still in Cleveland. So he looked phenomenal. He made his quarterback look ridiculous. Another guy I want to see, Brock Osweiler in the Texans. I want to see if he does anything at all. Because really, in Denver, he didn't show me jack crap. He really did not show me anything. He was an ultimate game manager in Denver. What both quarterbacks were in Denver last year. It was, Peyton, you do this. Brock, you do the same thing Peyton did before he went out with less interceptions. And we'll win based on our defense. And that's what he does. Now, you're in Houston, where you have a good defense. Are they going to ask him to do the same things, or are they going to ask him to do more?
Yeah, because you go from, now, he's got a heck of a receiver.
Oh yeah,
he's got a heck. So I mean, you have.
But he had 2 heck of the receivers
in Denver.
Denver as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So really, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sold on it. And when they gave him that much money, I went, "You're out your damn mind." Another guy, Derrick Henry, in Tennessee. I want to see what that guy does. Speaking of Derrick Henry, we met him at Best Buy. Right down the road from the street. Met him at that phenomenal young man. He was money, very nice guy, very humble. Which we know him around here because he lives, if any of y'all don't know, he lives right down the road in Yulee. He was down here visiting his family and came to throw out the first pitch. I just happened to see him go into Best Buy because he was returning something.
Nice.
But he was a very nice guy. But I'm wanting to see how that Heisman Trophy winner does. If he got wore down enough through his college years with all these carries that he had, or is he going to be able to come out and do something in the NFL? That's really what I want to focus on. But if you're looking for the one guy on my team that I'm really looking forward to watching, besides Dante Fowler, is Tayshaun Gibson. We finally have a free safety in a Jaguar uniform, and I want to see how he turns it around and how he makes Gus Bradley's defense actually become Gus Bradley's defense.
No.
and let your strong safety be able to do what he does